Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to go over quickly our independent project that's coming up. It's due December the 13th, I believe. That is on the assignment due date sheet. If you haven't started thinking about it, highly recommend that you do, and I highly recommend if you haven't started working on it that you do get started on it because, as we know, December is going to roll around quite quickly. So just going through, so you have four possible examples there, and I've been having a lot of participants email me and want to discuss conferences that they have just recently gone to or are going to be going to. So for example, on November 28th and 29th, I'm presenting at a kindergarten conference through OECTA, and one of our participants is going to that conference, and they are going to be writing their independent project based on why they wanted to go to that conference, what's some natural curiosity that they have going into that conference, what are some wonderings, some questions, some readings that are supporting their questions or wonderings going into the conference. So I feel like the success criteria just with our PLC is going to help you develop the content for each of these four options. Number two, developing an ongoing professional learning community. So for example, right now I'm working with my two other grade 3 teachers, and we're collaborating and working on how we can bring in rich literacy through inquiry and authentic, meaningful learning in the grade 3 program. And so through that, we have natural questions come up and curiosity come up to start on that collaboration. We've been looking at some readings for the grade 3 age group, and we've been communicating our findings and what we've been finding working through us through conversations and through online discussions. So if you think about it that way, what would a collaboration of a professional learning community be of interest to you, and what would the topic be? What is something that you'd be interested in working on as a team, whether that's with candidates from the course or teachers within your classroom or board that you have a connection with that you think that you could get something going with? Number three, a mini research project that you would like to carry out in your classroom. So the example here is well-being. So what if you wanted to look at well-being in your classroom and really dive into that and really open your mindset to looking deeper into what that looks like in your either school community or classroom community. Why is that? Why is that of interest to you? Why is well-being of interest to you? What questions or wonderings do you have? What research have you been looking at that's going to help support you in this learning? And again, all that success criteria will meet the need of that idea. Number four, professional journals or books or a book or articles that you plan to read. And what are the reasons for wanting to read that particular book or those articles that you have saved away and you want to get to? What are some questions that you're asking yourself about that you're hoping to find answers to or to further your learning within those books or articles? And really, when we're looking at the amount, please think of it as less about what the amount, but that your ideas are clearly articulated and the content of your independent project is rich. It's just like what I say to my grade 3 students, just because you have all this space doesn't mean we need to fill it. What I think I'm really looking for is something that is going to be helpful to you, for your own thinking and reflecting on your own practice through this project, and something that is attainable, and again rich in content, rather than having a lot of length. So in terms of amount, I would say no more than 2 pages, and if if you happen to go past that a little bit, that's fine. But again, always keeping in mind content rich, and if it's 1 page and content rich, and you're meeting all the success criteria, that is fine too. Because again, like what OECTA does with our kindergarten assignments is that they're useful and purposeful for you in your practice, or for you to have to reflect on for what you'd like to do next in your plan for your learning. I hope this clears things up. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to send me off an email, but this is open to your interpretation in terms of your own learning and what interests you, and you're using the success criteria to guide you through building this independent project. And so with that, I hope this clears things up, and I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your week. Thank you so much. Bye.